Hey, it's your boy Monty Dua back with another video. For me, I got a little guest with you. My little rabbit Jacob have been together, part of the family for like about 7, 8 years now. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he an exotic rabbit. Like these are the ones you will see in the wild at people's backyards. They call them cottontail rabbits. And Happy New Year's, like my son right here, he was just eating, so talk that little brief story about it. And ever since he's been a part of the family, he helped a lot for me. Like sometimes people get animals for like for having like mental problems, but I won't say that. I just said I just need another friend, to hold them down. Just get around the obstacles in life, and that's what he's been doing too. Helped me a lot. Had a little depression for a little bit. Was able to move out the way, engage with him. We've been through so much in here, and he's still here, hung on strong, and I appreciate him for for being here. My little brother too, like the story of how he got him and his friends was just wandering around in West Beaufort, and they came across a slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse had all different type of animals that to get butchered, to sell by the pound to eat, and this lucky fella right here, he was managed to be captured and saved from getting butchered, because some people eat rabbits as well. And ever since that day of, he came in, brought him here. My mom's coming from church, so like when you get an animal, you're not prepared. So that's why it's preparation to hold off to get an animal to be prepared so it can live with you, because they basically a family. You feel me? And now that's happening, right? Why the hell my mom comes in my room, because me and my little brother just shared a room before you guys' own room, and she started going crazy. She said, "What the hell a rabbit doing here out of all?" For me, like, my brother told her the story, and she was like, "What the hell?" Like, how you got a dick? And West Indian parents don't play none of that. Like, bro, I feel like it's more West Indian people that's more stricter than any other set of nationality family, because they're more stricter, because how they when they was younger it was different, but having children is different now, so like cut them some slack. You don't want to have them so tied up they can't have that much freedom for me, but they can have freedom but not too much. And my mom, for me, like, she's a mom that's gonna give us that little, like, test the waters, see how we maneuver, because if you don't treat your if you don't carry yourself like you care and love yourself, how can you do that with others? Even having a baby too as well, an animal. And she told me, like, yeah, you can't say it, whatever. My mom went to go get it, we call it, to go look for other places, and there wasn't good places for him to go. And like my brother was bringing him to school every day to find like a better place for him, whatever. So like my mom realized, it's got to be a blessing, so we gonna keep him. So I got the cage. The cage was some black corn cage that had a ramp and it had wheels and all that. That ended up lasting a good amount of time. It was like, it wasn't stable, because he's a big rabbit. Like, look, he's big as hell, and a small cage is not gonna hold him down. So he needed a big ass cage. So when I got the big ass cage for him, right now I call it mansion. I'm gonna show a video showing y'all right now, bro. The mansion he lives in, bro, is gonna be as big as my crib one day, because he loves his new crib. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's big as hell. Like, me carrying that from Borough Hall all the way to my crib with no hand truck, no nothing, my arms. I was tired as fuck, bro. But look, whatever a loved one need, I'm going to go out in the blizzard to get that. For me, that's how much I love this guy right here. For me, like, it been days I've been feeling so weak, bro, that I can't talk to nobody. I see my son, like, yo, my son living well, bro. Like, all the treats, all that, make sure he's secure. I don't make sure you ever messing out on anything like that. I was supposed to take him out in the summertime, but I was scared because, certain insects, and letting him out, into an environment that he haven't been outside in a minute, it's gonna seem a little weird and odd. So that's why I'm like, taking little times of baby steps for me, because every animal is different. You have to maneuver, communicate with them daily to show that you love them. Because if you don't talk to animals, you just leave them like stuffed up. They could literally be depressed, and you would not know that, because you have not went to go see it, and you could tell when an animal's moving weird as hell. So, guess my son right here, my son Salam. See, I'll say what's up. Say what's up. Say what's up. Yeah. I'm gonna go put him back in the cage right now because my son was being interrupted. He's a bougie ass rabbit as well too. Like y'all meet him, he's not gonna, he'll sniff you. I'm like, you know what, alright, you good people, but I'm gonna go back in my habitat because just like my mom, like she's a Leo, so they stay. Matter of fact, I consider his birthday in Leo too because that's the time we really was getting more into like engaging with him, and that's the month he came in. I think in 2017, so I consider him a Leo. He very territorial too. Like you do not like being bothered. Sometimes I remember the first time we met, he used to be peeing around, like spinning around, peeing all over us. I used to hate that shit, bro, gangster. But you got comfortable with us to know realize who was who. To be able to maintain it. He was pretty good. And like I said, my son, Happy New Year's. And this year we're gonna get a bigger bag. Feel me? Like I'm a parent, I'm a pet, so I gotta maneuver. Like got something to lose, you heard? Cause I do definitely do, literally. And I appreciate my brother getting a rabbit that day. Cause it wasn't for Jacob, I don't like who will have a goldfish. Well, come with the dragon, cause my mom don't like reptiles, but this is more better, cause I remember my sister had a rabbit too, and I used to call her Naomi, and my son Jacob. So keeping that branch tied up and sturdy, you heard, so I won't fall off that branch, you heard. And another thing too, a quote of the day: if anybody is making you feel down, and it's not you, cut them off. This should not be constantly repeating yourself for anybody to accept that type of acknowledgement. Normalization, for them to continue to treat you like shit. If you feel that way and you talk to them about it and they still don't see that any wrong in that it. Cause look, mental, I'm not losing myself mentally this year. I'm not losing myself physically or emotionally or any of that, or financially, just to please motherfucker. You got me fucked up. Take that up with somebody else. Somebody else could do it, not me, alright? Gangster. And like my son Rabbit, like my son right here, my rabbit, he's a human being to me. And for me, I would do anything for him. So that's why I'm making sure that I don't carry that type of habit of other people with other things. Because, I value everything I have in my circle in my life. And I'm going to make sure that to the fullest, you heard? And that's it. Like, I'm just hyped out. I got my son in the video now. He's telling me, so y'all gonna see him in the background a lot too. I have him rolling on my bed and all that for me. But I like, it's a new year for me. I smell money. I smell new memories of vacations. I smell mad shit right now. I'm reminiscing, you heard? Cause now I'm gonna be making TikToks everywhere I go. Cause I got him on TikTok now and all that for me. Like, nobody can do it better than me. I'm Monty himself, you heard? Monty himself, never them, you heard? Us. Sam, yo.